Hey everyone, what's going on? Today I'm gonna play a couple holes, hopefully chat with you guys about a potential driver that maybe you should stay away from. Drivers are some of the most anticipated club releases every single year, and without fail, this golf club manufacturer releases some really nice products every single year. Let's see, we've got 103 yards. Let's see if we can put this close. Felt good. Can't see it, lost it in the sun. Oh, it looked good. So I've heard many drivers about this story, both good and bad. Good stories being they have gotten more distance and ball speed than they have ever had on any driver that they've ever used. The downside is that I've been hearing so many different stories from people of this driver breaking, and that should never be the case for any golf club ever. Now, of course, if you're swinging it so wildly to the point where you're hitting the ground with it a bunch, yeah, sure, it's probably gonna break. But if you've just spent a bunch of money on a new driver, then you don't want it to break right away, or even, you know, a couple years down the line. You don't want that to break. Speaking of break, this looks like it has a lot of break. Oh, that was terrible. All right. Now, when you're working with new technology, right, there's bound to be a couple of hiccups, things that you just don't really see coming. Yes, you can find a lot of those in testing and, you know, the R&D, but sometimes it takes sending it out to the mass market to find those last couple hiccups. Now, the driver in question here is in fact the Taylormade Stealth drivers. It's a little left, but it's gonna get there. Oh, it's long. Wow, I crushed that. I did catch it a little low. I grabbed an 8-iron. That would be why. I was gonna say, man, I crushed that 9-iron. It's because it was an 8-iron. Now, if you own a Stealth driver, I don't want you freaking out and thinking, oh no, is my driver gonna break? No, that's not the case. I'm just simply saying that I have noticed from a couple of people that have mentioned that their driver has cracked or the face has delaminated from the driver head, which is wild to think about. And I don't know any, oh, I'm in the bunker. And I don't know any other golf club that has had that sort of an issue of breaking down so easily. And again, I'm not saying that this happens super frequently, but a lot more frequently than it probably should. I think I'm overall less surprised by just a handful breaking here and there, and more surprised by Taylormade's response to this happening. And I get it's probably a PR move, but still. I have had one friend break 2 of them, and he's not a bad golfer by any means. The face delaminated on one, and the top of the crown cracked on the other. He didn't strike it poorly by any means, it just happened. And I know Peter Finch, over on his channel, did a video about this where he actually had some issues with one as well. And their response was kind of the part that surprised me. I'm gonna putt with my glove on anyways. Oh, get going. That was a pretty good attempt. Taylormade said in response to Peter Finch that they had never heard of that happening. And again, I get that's probably a PR thing. No company's gonna be like, oh yeah, you know, our product is defective. But to say that they've never heard of it happening at all, I doubt that. And I want to reiterate that I don't think Taylormade makes bad products by any means. In fact, they make some of the best drivers out there, you know, year over year. But I think because they're the only ones doing a full carbon fiber build to the structure of their driver heads, it makes me wonder if it's possibly too soon still for carbon fiber to be used effectively. I mean, we still have yet to see the long-term durability of a driver like that. You know, over time, drivers get what's called CG creep, which is where, oh, way off the toe. This is a terrible drive. But they get what's called CG creep, which is where when the face wears down and thins out because of just hitting the ball over and over a long period of time, the face gets faster. Now, I don't know if that's even going to be the case when it comes to a carbon fiber driver. Over time, as you wear down on carbon fiber, I don't know that it's going to become, you know, faster. I think it's just going to become more brittle. And if that's the case, if it does become more brittle, you're just going to see a lot more stealth drivers just on the market, being, you know, 3, 4, 5 years old that no one's going to want to buy because they're just going to break. I don't know, these are just some thoughts that I've had running through my mind as, you know, more and more time goes on and I hear, you know, a story after another of someone experiencing some issues with, you know, their stealth driver, which, again, it's a select few people, but I know that there were other comments underneath Peter Finch's video that said kind of the same thing. Anyways, maybe I'm just paranoid or I've just had really bad luck in hearing all of the stories of people having issues with their stealth driver. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Have you had issues with yours or no? Do you think that, you know, you'll run into issues? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. And while you're down there, why don't you like the video and subscribe too? I'm gonna try and play a little bit of a high shot over the cart. This should look cool on camera at least. Keep going. Nice, that was pretty good. Also, how gorgeous is this? This is beautiful. I live here now. I've got a weird crooked camera angle, but that's fine. It adds dramatic effect. This should be pretty straight. Maybe just a hair left of the cup. Oh, don't leave it short. Man. I've bogeyed the last 2. Well, that puts us 2 over through 4 holes. If you would like to see a part 2, don't forget to subscribe down below, leave a like, and again, tell me if you've ever had any experience, if you know someone who's had some sort of issue with their driver. I would love to hear about it and figure out whether I'm just crazy or if there's actually something to this. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.